Productions with another episode of Laugh, Lego Answers, and Facts. This week's theme is Lego landscaping. But before we get into those questions, next week's theme will be Lego conventions. So any questions you have about Lego conventions, you can put those in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer those next week. So, the first question today is from BrickLogic Studios, and he asked, what are your thoughts of doing a mountain on a MOC? What about bringing it to a convention? Now, I recommend, if you have a convention near you and you build a MOC, definitely go and display it there because it's a really unique experience getting together with all those other builders, and you really have a great time. I haven't done it myself, but I just heard from tons of other people. It's really a great time. And in regards to building a mountain, it's really up to you. Whatever you think is best for your own MOC, I recommend doing. Aiden Hailstone asked, how did you find out about landscaping with Lego bricks? Just from watching other people's videos and just getting ideas of my own, then from their ideas. DJM Lego Films asked, how can I obtain bricks for landscaping 2x4, 2x6, 2x8, 1x4, 1x2 pieces at ease besides Lego.com, which is more expensive most of the time? Bricklink. Now, I did do a laugh on Bricklink, I think 2 weeks ago now, and I gave a tutorial on how to use it and all that. So that is definitely the cheapest way. Every now and then I'll go to the Lego store and buy some pieces off the pick brick wall, but that's usually if they have one piece, and I'll buy just a few cups of that one piece. So it's really good for buying in bulk, but that's it. For example, the mountain in my MOC, I need a bunch of slopes. So this whole bin is full of slopes. Now, I don't know if this is enough yet, but there's just tons. There's over 1,000 slopes in here. And I bought these all off Bricklink for a pretty decent price. A lot cheaper than it would have been on Lego.com. So again, Bricklink is by far your best option. Cameron David asked, do you have a green screen? Now, I've gotten a couple questions over the past few weeks that don't have to do with the topic at hand for Laugh, and I keep forgetting to explain, so I left this question in here. And first of all, I do have a green screen. I have two actually, but anyway, if there's a question that doesn't have to do with the topic, I take it out, because that's really the whole reason I started Laugh, because in my Q&As, I would keep getting the same question over and over again. But with Laugh, I want to get unique questions, and that's why I have a topic each week. So if you have a question that doesn't have to do with the topic, I just won't answer it. But if you want that question answered, you can suggest that topic. So, for example, he could suggest a topic of, like, behind the scenes or something, and then maybe I'll do that in a future week. So if you have any suggestions like that, go ahead and feel free to put those in the comments. This is a cool name asked, what are the best Lego pieces to use to make realistic landscapes? Well, it depends on what landscape. If you're going for like a grassy one, I recommend using a variety of pieces. Oh, here it is. For example, instead of just using the regular grass piece, which looks like this. Okay, don't know if you can see it, but they always have this on pick brick wall usually. They have this piece, you can buy it on Bricklink, this giant leaf piece, this kind of bamboo piece. They sell this on pick brick wall too. There's a couple other leaf pieces that you can use, and I recommend mixing those kind of all together so it adds a nice look. I haven't done that myself yet because I just didn't have the right amount, but for my next MOC, I will be doing that. iBricks asked, how do you make the most detailed landscape? Just a lot of layers, that's the key. You don't want to just put all grass pieces or like just cover it all in green, you know. You want to kind of mix it up so it adds a little texture to it. Extreme Gaming asked, how do you use the snot technique when building? Now, all snot is studs, not on top, and a lot of people have been asking me to do this in my most recent MOC, but I'll explain the problem for that in a minute. But basically what that means is I just have a bunch of dark bluish gray 2x4s right here, and I'm just going to kind of stack them together here so you can get a feel for what snot is. So not using snot would be like building a wall like this straight up. But using snot would be using this as a floor. So this would be the floor and just going all the way across. And it looks really smooth. It's a lot more efficient than using tiles. However, the only problem with that is in my MOCs I usually have a lot of stuff sticking out of the ground. And to do that, you'd have to use a lot of headlight bricks and other bricks. And then it doesn't always line up right. And it just gets all mashed up. But I will be doing it. It's usually meant more for display when you use the snot technique. not so much for function, which most of my mocks are aimed for function. But when I bring some to conventions, you'll see when I build those will have a lot of snot in it. Let's see. Clone Bricks asks, what do you prefer, blue plates or translucent blue studs? I prefer translucent blue studs for water. I think that's what he's asking. He didn't say for water, but guessing that's what he meant. H. Danahay asks, where do you get all your mock pieces? Again, from Bricklink. Lego Commando 777 Productions asks, how would you recommend to make a foxhole, military foxhole, not the animal? I did do a mock building 101 on layering with plates, so if you haven't checked that out, I definitely recommend doing that. But basically what you want to do is, like let's say you have a plate here, that would be the bottom of the foxhole, and then have plates surrounding it and increasing in height as they go up. So it gives like a going down effect, I guess you could say. Gage stating asked, how could you make really good Lego mountains? Again, just using a bunch of slopes. That's what I do. Set Productions asked, do you always follow the real landscape of a planet, for instance, Kashyyyk Beach and high trees? Now, I haven't done any mocks on a particular planet except my one mini mock. But in the future, like this mock that I'm working on now, I'll probably put it on a planet, and then I'll try to use realistic landscape from that planet. Leslie Carpenter asked, where do you get ideas to make the landscapes? Do you use software? I just exposing myself to as many resources as possible, whether it be Star Wars The Clone Wars, any Star Wars movie, other videos, just anything I can get my hands on, Flickr, Instagram, all of that. Set Productions asked, if you're building a custom planet landscape, what terrain would you prefer? Jungle, plain with trees, mountains, and etc. I would prefer have like a forest area with trees, and then a mountain, and then just kind of brush and grass like that all over. So that does it for this week. Again, don't forget to ask any questions you have about LEGO conventions for next week. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.